Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you a flip through of the month of November in my Hobonichi Cousin. Let us start with the first spread. This is my sort of income tracker since I have multiple sources of income. I generally highlight in green the day I receive a particular income, and at the bottom I write down the source and the amount that I've received. Of course, as you can see, some months I do not receive at all, while some months I receive multiple times. Then we have my index for the journaling section. I journal in the daily section, but to be specific, it is more of memory keeping. And as you can see, sometimes it is empty, sometimes it is full, and November was not so great as far as journaling is concerned, but hopefully I'll get back to it in December. But the highlights of the journaling section have come over here, so I can refer to it in a quick manner. Then let us go to the monthly spreads. So my monthly spread is packed as far as November is concerned because there were a lot of things going on as far as you can see here, because I uploaded regularly in November, which makes me happy. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I'm not really consistent with. And then I mentioned the social media growth over here. Then bills come up over here. Each color signifies something. Then I write down the amount. These are the days that I paid, not the due date as such. Then in green, what you will see is always any kind of stationery spending. This is just to make myself aware of how much or how many times I have spent in a month, because stationery is one category where, if at all, I will probably spend a lot. There was the Black Friday sale. Thankfully, I did not buy anything excessive and I stuck to the main product I wanted and got that. Moving ahead, we have a few events or important things that came up this month, which I have highlighted in random colors. They do not particularly signify anything. I just want them to stand out when I go through the page. Other than that, these circle stickers indicate various events. I know what they signify because I have a key at the back of the book, which I do not really refer to now because by the end of the year, I remember what they refer to. But the key is still there because in case I want to come back to the spread later on, maybe another year, I probably will not remember what these circle stickers are, and it is better that I can refer to the back of the book and understand what these mean. So some are birthday stickers, as you can see. And then let us go to the to-do section or the weekly section. So this is where I plan, and probably one of the main reasons why I get the Hobonichi Cousin or the horn. So here I have my tracking system for my habits. Then this is like my me time section where I write about what I'm currently reading or watching. For me, it is more of reading. And then at the bottom, events that I have to keep a track of, not that I'm actually attending all these events. Then in the middle, I have my main task list or the to do section. So it is very bare and simple. The only reason you see stickers this month is because I'm trying to finish up stickers, and um, frankly, it's not that it is way too much. It is just that I forget about them after a while. Once in a while, I go back to them and remember that I'm supposed to finish them off, but then it's very difficult. So, yes, this is the month of November. Probably one of the main reasons why I stick to this planner rather than shifting to any other planner or a different size. Because as far as the dailies are concerned, when I will come to that section, I will show you how I'm not so active in the daily section. So the dashboard is just for, some good thoughts or quotes that I enjoyed that will come up over here. So this is what I had for the month of November. I don't usually think about what I say before I say it. I prefer to think about it after I've said it late at night for the rest of my life. Because I found that to be true for me. I have a habit of blurting out things, then regretting it later, and just, not being able to sleep because I think of that repeatedly. Anyway, going ahead, I don't really use this section for planning, but probably you could use this for a brain dump or a brainstorm sort of page. Coming to the actual daily spreads. So the first 7 daily spreads are divided, as you can see, into YouTube, Instagram, household, hair care, skincare, stationery. So these are more like most of them are sort of wish lists, as you can see. This month I did buy stationery, so I've ticked them off. But generally, what happens is that I don't really buy them. I tend to either cross them off if I lose interest in them, or I forward it to the next month. So I don't end up spending unnecessarily. So this was a long-term list that was meant to be bought, and I waited for Black Friday, ended up getting a good deal for all of that. Then going ahead to the journaling section, as you saw here and there, I'm not really very active with it, but I have been trying to journal at least the at least on the important days that had, a lot of things going on. But as I said, sometimes having too many things is like not coming back to using your planner as well. That is very interesting because I found that when I have a lot of things going on, I don't really use my planner, even though I'm happy that it is there. It's out on my desk. I see it, I just refer to it, but I may not really end up ticking off or crossing off or writing down things a lot. So my journaling section, as you see, is not very active. I would prefer that these pages were actually smaller, like an A6 size, because I don't write that much. But at the same time, I need a lot of space for the weeklies because I tend to write there a lot. So I can't really go to a smaller size, even if it's a B6, because I tried to get used to a sterling ink one and that did not really work out. So as you can see, some days I write quite well. Some days, okay, I won't be showing that to those two pages coming forward. So yes, this is the end of November. Let's come back to the last section. So at the back, I have the key and a few other things, but more importantly, this section is for books to read. I am not someone who reads a lot of books currently, so as you can see, not much going on over here. But thankfully, in November, I listened to an audiobook. So I completed the book and I have a small section here where I write down the name of the book and the writer and I give it a star rating from this is from the Hobonichi stencil. So as you can see this year as far as book reading is concerned, not going great. November was great for me. Okay. I was very consistent with it and I'm quite happy about it. Frankly, it is not that the book was great, even though I've given it a 4 stars over here. It is just that things worked out in such a way for me that I ended up, completing the book quite easily, even though it's an audio book. I am not really into sitting down and reading peacefully. It's more of audiobooks that I'm into these days. Frankly, I wish I would read properly, take a minute and read properly through it. But then life is. Yes. So yes, I hopefully will do really well as far as reading is concerned in December too. I probably will continue the same method for next year. We've changed this section for a books to read section. See, it can be made even prettier because one of my previous years I had these nice sort of setup in the last notes pages for the books to read section and it looked beautiful and it wasn't a lot of effort, but for me nowadays I feel that even that takes a lot of time. That is the only reason I'm not doing that as of yet. I've still not decided what to exactly do for next year as far as this is concerned. I'll probably stick to this because these are right next to each other and that kind of helps a bit. We will see. Hopefully I will come up with a full setup video for 2024 by next week and you will get to see how I have set up my planner for next year, whether there are any changes or not. I largely tend to stick to the same format because this works for me and I don't want to play around too much and make a mess of it. Maybe minor changes, that's about it. More or less, I have a happy system going on. Why to, just make a mess of it? So that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I do not sound so great today, but if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. Bye.